Alright, so today we're taking a look at the iPhone 13 and all of the colors here. So we of course have Midnight, Product Red, Starlight, Pink, and the blue color. All of which I gotta say, they're all fantastic. Like straight out the bat, if you want a summary, if you like a specific color online, I'd go ahead and order it because they look great in person. I wouldn't say the same thing about the Pro colors, but for these normal 13 colors, I do gotta say that they match up to the advertising online. They look really, really good. So let's just go ahead and open them here, of course, so you can see them inside the boxes here and the actual colors. And in case you want to see how they look compared to the outside of the boxes, right there you can kind of compare them and see what's advertised on the outside of the box versus what they look like inside. For the most part, I think these boxes do a pretty good job of showing. I think the only one that's very different is the red one, which is significantly deeper in person. This is like a very deep blood red almost, or like Deadpool red, Spider-Man red type of thing, which looks really good. It just doesn't really look like the outside here, but very nice. So let's go ahead and pull all of these devices out of their boxes. I do have these films here on the front just for now so that we can handle them with care and not scratch the screens on these devices. All of the boxes are the same except for the product red, as you can see, because you get a little pamphlet there that just talks about how a portion of your money goes to AIDS and helping that. So that's the only difference. Everything else is the exact same thing. You're just going to get a SIM eject tool, a quick start guide, and an Apple sticker. So nothing special inside the box. And of course your Lightning to USB-C cable. So I'm going to get rid of all these boxes and then we'll talk about the phones. All right, so perfect. Here we have them. You can see them kind of here in the studio lighting. Of course, the point of this video is to show you guys these colors in dark lighting, light lighting, yellow lighting, etc., etc. That way you can get an idea of how these colors actually look in real life and make a decision on them. However, right off the bat, I'm going to get started directly with an actual smudge test. It personally is a thing that I care about since I don't want to constantly be cleaning my phone. If you have a case, it might not be that big of an issue, but let's go ahead and get started with the one that smudges the most. That is the black one here. You can already see some smudges on there because I haven't cleaned them. And look at that. You can see the smudges there. The second worst one is going to be the red one. But of course, look, super easy to clean and you just wipe that off. And it looks brand new because of that glass back. So keep in mind, it is super easy to clean. That second one is going to be the red one. Here's how that looks with smudging right there. I got to say the third one's going to be the blue. And these last two are kind of even just because they're both light and you can't really tell, whoops, when they have smudges. So that's kind of good. And you can see that there. So let me go ahead and smudge these two as well so that you can see that it's not super noticeable. It's only really noticeable around the Apple logo because that's silver, but on the rest, it's pretty good. Hides that pretty well, keeps the phone quite clean. But I do think that as vibrant colors, these two right here are fantastic and actually are my two favorite of the colors here in the iPhone 13 lineup, with the blue coming in probably in third. I'm not sure if I like the blue one more than these two. These are definitely my three favorite though right here. Starlight actually looks fantastic. I think Apple did a great job naming this color just because it's almost like a silvery beigey tone with some slightly champagne sides, so it's very understated, but it still has a nice punch of color. Now we compare that to the pink directly right here, and you can kind of see the slight differences here in the color. You got that slight pink sheen here, slightly pink back right there. Both of these are very subtle colors. So I would even go as far as to say you can consider this one being almost a champagne color slash gold, and this one being a pink. And I say this because both of these colors right here are very subtle. This doesn't necessarily instantly look like pink from a distance, and this one doesn't really look like a Starlight or anything special. It looks like white from a distance, and both of them honestly look like a white phone from a distance if you're not paying attention. But of course, all the accents around the device are tinted to said device. So of course, the camera rings here are subtly pink. On here, they're subtly that goldish champagne star color, which looks really, really fantastic. Same, of course, goes for the blue, the black, and the red. Now the black, really, you should go only if you're just a fan of black, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise, I would choose one of the colors because they look really, really nice this year, and they're just fun. Now here, of course, you can see all of the colors. Let's turn them slightly to the side here so that you can see how that looks. I think Apple really nailed this blue color. I wish that the 13 Pro would have been something similar to this blue in my opinion. It just I'm still having a little bit of a hard time getting used to the Sierra blue, but we'll see as time goes on. And this video is about just the normal 13. But there you go. Let's put them all on its side here so we can see that. And then we'll show you the fronts of the devices so that you can see the slight aluminum peeking through the front that you'll see in cases. But here's the sides of it. I think from the side, my favorite one is the blue one. The aluminum on this blue looks fantastic. The way that the light catches and it reflects it looks awesome. I also think the red one reflects in a really cool way. The pink, black, and the Starlight all kind of very subtle. They don't really reflect in some crazy cool way that really changes the color like I see with the red and the blue. However, you can see that the aluminum sides on all these colors look really dang good. Let's go ahead and look at the ports there so you can get a closer look here. Let's go ahead and zoom in. And you can see that right there. Everything, of course, is tinted to the corresponding color. Some of these have silver accents, but it looks really good. You can see the antenna lines as well, slightly off color, but also looks quite good. Let's go ahead here. The right-hand side, same thing. The top, and then the left-hand side here with the ringer switch. There you go, SIM eject, or just the SIM card slot right here on the left side at the bottom. And yeah, hopefully this is giving you an idea of how the colors look. And I think they look really good. Like, I would not say like, don't get this color. If you asked me whether you should get that color for the iPhone 13, I would just instantly say yes. Like, you're gonna like it if that's the first one that you thought of. Now let's go ahead and remove these screens on here. That way we can see them in cases, as well as just show you the fronts. And hopefully you can kind of see already how that aluminum peeks through the front. Let me move this over to the side. And that's something that you'll see in some cases. So if you want a full black front, you're not really gonna get that unless you get a special case that's gonna cover the front. And we'll show you that in a second. But right there, you can see them from the front. That way you can get an idea of what you prefer from the front as well to look at all the time. I know a lot of people don't care about that, but personally, I actually do mind what I'm looking at the front of the device. Like, sometimes if the color is just not that nice, I don't like the way that it looks on the screen. You're staring at the screen more time than you're ever staring at the back of the phone. So I would argue this is even more important than the back of the phone, but you can see that there. It's really cool. The color still shines through. Of course, on the black or / midnight, you're not gonna see anything. It's just gonna be an all black screen. And that's really great if you also maybe wanna buy the black phone and then put a skin on this. That's a color that you like blue or anything. That's gonna look super cool. You can see there, the pink looks really nice, Starlight, blue and red, but it's cool how they all kind of shine through from the front so much, because since this doesn't have any reflection because it's kind of like a matte aluminum, the color really pops as opposed to on the 13 Pro, which doesn't really pop. It kind of reflects and stuff, but they all kind of look very similar because of the stainless steel reflection. We can see from the front here, we have the blue and the Sierra blue next to each other. And you can see already that blue pops so nicely on the 13 as opposed to the 13 Pro. That's a quick little side by side between the blue on the 13 and the Sierra blue. I think the 13's blue looks fantastic. I mean, look at that. The Sierra blue is a little bit underwhelming. It's a little bit too quiet in my opinion for a blue. And you can see it there reflecting. I'll base it on this color right here at this angle, not the color that you see right there at that angle. Base it on that color. If you like that right there, then you're gonna love this phone color. But not about this, more about this right here. All right, so now what I wanted to add to this video here is a quick little kind of distance color comparison here so that you can see them from a little bit of a distance and kind of gauge it more as if someone else was using it or something like that. But here we go. Here are all the colors right here, and also show them to you slightly more close up. So here, just close up for a second so you can see them there, slightly reflecting the lights here in the studio. And there you go. There's all the colors. Now from a distance, how does that look? Which one would you choose based on that? Let me turn. There you go. And here, let's do a quick talking and kind of texting for each color. So feel free to skip in the timestamps right there. So this is the pink one right here. That's how it looks from a distance, kind of texting. Here it is how it looks when calling. Then let's go ahead and move on to the Starlight when calling. And then the Starlight when texting. Then we have the blue one when calling. The blue one when texting. And then, I say texting, but obviously just when you're using your phone. Then we have the product red. And here it is when using your phone. This one I feel like pops the most out of all of them from a distance. And then last but not least, we have the black one, which just, I think it's not gonna look even like an iPhone 13, and it's just gonna look like any iPhone in the past, which is a good thing, especially if you're going for that. I know some people don't like people to know what phone they have, and this is great for that. And that's how it looks. You probably can't see the smudges from a distance or anything like that, so it doesn't really matter. Very nice and grippy with that glass back on these. But yeah, hopefully that right there kind of helps you a little bit more. Let's do a split in between the two kind of groups of colors here. You can see that right there. So we get the pink and Starlight, and then the other three right there, so you can see the differences. And then one last check here before we leave this little section of the video. There you go. And yeah, hopefully this gives you an idea. Let's go ahead and put on some cases and show some cases here so that you can see something. So I actually want to show like a pink case here with the Starlight and the pink phone. That way you can see that. I don't really have a ton of cases here, so it's going to be quite quick. But here's like a very light case on the Starlight phone here. And on this particular case, you do not get to see the side, so this turns the whole front all black. But on some cases, you basically see that peek through the edges of the front. So let's go ahead and put this on the pink one. Let's actually flip over all these devices. That way we can just also pretend like we're putting some cases on, but you'll see this. This looks quite good too. The pink, you can see the very subtleness of the actual pink phone color versus an actual pink color right here on the sides and on the accents of the case. So hopefully that gives you more of an idea of how the pink looks. It's definitely very, very subtle. Red with a pink case, blue with a pink case, and then black with a pink case. I think this one's quite important. This is a clear case, of course, MagSafe. And here you can see how that looks on the pink. This might be a color that you might want to get because it looks really good with the case. Like these light colors look quite nice. Let's see here. I definitely don't think that the Starlight looks as nice as the pink with the case for some reason because there's not as much contrast. But there you can see that right there. And if you want to see a full video on Apple's clear MagSafe case, because this isn't it right here, I will have one up on the channel as well on that. Here is black with clear. This is definitely a combo I don't recommend. The case attracts fingerprints, the phone attracts fingerprints, and it's just gonna always look dirty in person. Not the biggest fan of this. The red with a clear case, right there. I think this probably is the best out of all of them. Red and white just pops so nicely. And last but not least here, the blue with a clear case. Blue and red are just fantastic with this white accent in my opinion. It just looks super, super cool. One of my favorite cases was actually Apple's Silicone case this year just because they have some nice colors. There's this pink one that looks really nice even with this blue phone. This is of course for the mini, but it looks fantastic with the blue phone. It looks fantastic with the Starlight phone right there. And of course with the pink one. So if you're buying one of Apple's cases and you're buying one of these devices, I highly recommend this pink color. It's one of the nicer colors I've seen on a silicone case in a really long time. It looks super, super cool. And just in case here, let's see how it looks with black right there. And then just in the super case with red. And then just kind of as a last case here, let's go ahead and you can see black on black, how that looks, of course. Killer combo, it's always gonna look super clean and super cool. The only thing is, of course, fingerprints. The black on red, same thing. This red looks so good, you could definitely like do some sort of Spider-Man type thing or something. Looks super cool. Black and white, or the Starlight, looks fantastic. Looks really, really good. When you put a black case on the Starlight, you kind of lose all those gold accents and it kind of just looks like black and white. So if you've been wanting just a white phone, I would say the Starlight still will work. And while the champagne sides, I do love the sides. If you want to hide them, a case will easily hide them, and it's going to look basically like a white phone in case you wanted that. Here's the blue, also really good. And last but not least, that pink color right here. Also really, really nice. And yeah, of course, also that B-roll that's playing around here, it should be helping you a little bit more with how the devices actually look in person. And just again, as a summary of everything, the device colors are fantastic. This is probably one of the best years for like all colors being nice that we've gotten in a while. Because some years we'll get like one color that's just not the nicest of the bunch. But this year, honestly, if you specifically like a color online, just go and buy it. You're gonna love it. They all look really, really great. I definitely think they look better than the iPhone 13 colors or 13 Pro colors as a whole, like just as a bundle. They look much nicer. I definitely like the tones of these a lot more. And yeah, just to add one last more thing here that I almost forgot, but I don't want to. Here's how it looks with the MagSafe battery pack in case you're looking into buying one of those for yourself. Let me find it right here. So here's the pink with MagSafe case or MagSafe battery. Looks nice. Blue with MagSafe battery. Let's go to Starlight with MagSafe battery. And this real quick also shows you the difference between, if you have one of these batteries, you can see that the white is very different to that backing white right there. But this is a very like classy white back here, and it looks just very nice. Here's the red with the white. And then the black with the white. And then the last thing here is going to be just a MagSafe wallet in case you're interested in that. Of course, these are the normal 13s, not the minis. The minis are basically the exact size of this wallet dimension, but we saw that in the unboxings. Here we go. Red with a MagSafe wallet. There's obviously a ton of MagSafe wallet colors, but this is the only one that I have. This is how it looks basically after 8 months of use or so, because I bought it last year, but I didn't use it the whole time. There we go. And last but not least, there we go. So that is the iPhone 13 this year and all of the colors. Again, we have pink, Starlight, blue, product red, and black. Which one are you getting? Which ones are you deciding between? Is it a tough choice this year, or is it a direct, like just instant choice for you? I think if I was getting one of these, I would spring for possibly the Starlight. I really like that color. Looks fantastic this year, and I'm a fan. Even though as much as I like blue, I think I have trouble committing to such a deep color, but maybe honestly, it is a hard choice. I'm not gonna lie, because they all look fantastic. The black is tough with the fingerprints, but I could always get this one and just put a skin on it and it would just look matte black and just super quiet, understated, and very, very nice. But that is it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.